Shalom, shalom, shalom. Whether I praise on vacation to YAHAWASHI, by Shemaka QADASH, barak to YAHAWAH, barak to RAWCHAA, YAHAWAH, by Shemaka QADASH. My praise on vacation to YAHAWAH, by Shemaka QADASH. And the words of the Mar to the Prophet Millstone, teach you about. And we're going to go into Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. Man. And that's happening right now, man. Through spirit and power, YAHAWASHI. The men of YAHAWASHI are standing up with great boldness, man. You know? But that's happening right now, man. How doing it? Because the men of YAHAWASHI are going to highways and byways, man. Preaching the word of YAHAWASHI, man. You know? Well, that's what happened right now, man. The word of YAHAWASHI being preached. No? Scripture says, let's get that. Book of Jeremiah. Oh, no, not Jeremiah. Book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 20. And though Yahweh give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but the eye shall see thy teachers. So the Lord has men out there, man. The man of YAHAWASHI, the elect, that we're holding to be on that number, man. But the main point is the Lord has men out there on the highways and byways preaching, man. And yes, only the men. The Lord said in Proverbs, unto you, O men, I call. I believe it's Proverbs 9:3. It says, unto you, O men, I call, man. Because the Lord's calling out the men. The flock the Lord pasture are men. No, Lord sent messengers who are men, man. To preach the word of YAHAWASHI, man. To teach and to preach, man. That's what we're doing, man. On the highways and byways, man. We're preaching the word of YAHAWASHI. So we're standing up in great boldness because only, we're going in the spirit power, YAHAWASHI. That's that power that we have, man. In the spirit, YAHAWASHI, that's the power, man. That's the power. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, verse 15. Verse 15. Now I'll give you pastures according to my heart, which will feed you with knowledge and understanding, man. So we're feeding you with wisdom, knowledge, or saying of YAHAWASHI, your spirit, man. How giving you the truth, man. Preaching the wisdom, the word of YAHAWASHI is the truth, man. And really, this truth is not for everyone, man. This truth is only for the elected nation of Israel. That's the only people who is here for, man. Everyone else, they ain't gonna get it, man. They ain't gonna get the wisdom, understanding, man. They ain't gonna get the truth. They ain't gonna get the really, because only at the end of the day, the Lord not dealing with them. That's why they're not gonna get it, man. So this message, this truth, this wisdom, understanding, is only for the elected nation of Israel, man. Let's get that too. It goes to show how precious this thing is. How precious it is, man. To have this wisdom, understanding, man. To have the spirit, man. Because it's not for everyone. This truth is not for everyone, man. Only for the elected nation of Israel. So this is the book of Romans, chapter 11, verse 7. What then Israel not obtained of which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So only the elect of the nation of Israel can get this truth, or can get this word, man. Everyone else can't get it. They'll get it not for them, man. No matter how many times you try to get into, no matter how many times you try to get into their heads, you're not gonna get it because the Lord blinded them, man. The Lord blinded their minds so they can't receive it. But the elect of the nation of Israel are the only ones who can receive it. They're preaching it, man. They're preaching the truth of YAHAWASHI, man. So they proclaim the word of the Lord these last days, man. On the highways and byways, man. The Lord sent his men on the highways and byways. You get that too. The Lord told us to go out to the highways and byways to preach, man. And not sit at home just fucking on a laptop, just talking to the camera all day. Now, we do that, you know. No, but we also, we're commanded to do, go on the highways and byways to preach the word. You know? And that shows how much faith we have. No? No? Because we just behind the camera all day. If we just sitting behind the camera all day, it really just shows how weak we are. No, because if you really believe something, you'll go out and preach it, man. No, you go out to the streets, no, in the middle of the neighborhood and preach it, man. No, yeah, it'll make you look stupid. In Australia, make you look stupid, man. That's the point. No? When we go out and preach on the highways and byways, we look stupid, man. No? We're not supposed to look, credible and, wise to the people of this world. We look stupid. You know? We go out in garments, with a camera on, with a weird sign that people don't understand, looks, quote unquote goofy and shit. And we go out here and preach his word, and people can't get it. You know? So what it make us look like? Fools. No? No, we were just sitting behind the camera all day. No, if we were sitting behind the camera all day, we had to protect our house. So no one can criticize us. No, we're not seen by the world. We're only seen by the people who click on the video. No? Nah, man. Look, we're made fools for the truth for YAHAWASHI, man, on the highways and byways, man. No? As a show. I gotta get that next, but let me get this first. Book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 23. And the Lord said unto his servant, go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be full. Man. No? Thus the Lord told us to go out to the highways and byways, man. No, to the streets. No? No, the chief place of conquest, man. No? The Lord told us to go out there. No, preach the word of YAHAWASHI, man. And that's what we're doing, man. No, to the highways and the hedges, man. By roads. No, the byways. No, that's what the Lord told us to do, man. No? And you already see the effects already. No, this truth already went worldwide, man. No, this truth already went worldwide already. It's already in Italy, Germany, France, no, London, UK, no, some in Africa, you know. This truth went worldwide, man. It shows how precious this is, man. No, you can't take it for granted, man, because we're making an impact, man. No, we're making an impact. If we were just sitting at home, just doing little videos, like we do, throughout the week, this truth wouldn't go worldwide, man. You know? No, because people won't believe. No, but by us going out here to the highways and byways and preach this word, it shows how much we believe, man. No, that faith resonates, man. No, that faith resonates with the people, man. You know? It shows that we're about it, man. We're not just talking about it, we're actually about it, man. No, because we go out here, showing our face on the camera, and preaching the word on YAHAWASHI, man. You know? No, getting this truth out there, man. No? Now, I mentioned about the public ridicule. We get that. Book of 1 Corinthians chapter 4, now start verse 9. For I think that Yahweh have sent us forth, set us the apostles last, and were appointed to death. No? For we are made a spectacle to the world, and to angels, and to men. No, so we're made a spectacle to this world, man. No, a show. No, you get that word that means a show. No, entertainment. No, we're made a mockery to this world, man. Why? Because we look foolish. No, out here on the highways and byways, man. No? No, we look foolish. We look stupid. No? When we preach this word, man. You know? And people walking past us and say we're some crazy nigga. With the Bible in their hand, talking about the scriptures. No? We look foolish. And that's the point. No? Look at this First Corinthians chapter 1. Let's start verse 21. For after that, in the wisdom of Yahawah, the world by wisdom knew not Yahawah. No, because the wisdom of this world is foolishness. No, but that's what the world has. The wisdom of this world. Now, they got science. They got fucking, they got goddamn historians. They got all this. No, wise to this world. People know how to make money. That shit's wise to this world, man. No? No, but they don't have the truth for Yahawah Shemel Shai. They may know carnal wisdom. They may know about the economy, how that runs, politics, the shit like that. They may know things like that. No, but they don't have the truth for Yahawah Shemel Shai. They don't have the spiritual wisdom. No? They can't get it. It's not for them, man. Well, for after the wisdom of Yahawah, the world by wisdom knew not Yahawah. It pleased Yahawah by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. Let me, my feet hurt. Gotta do it like this. Yeah. No, but the scripture said by the foolishness of preaching, man. No, so we preach by foolishness. No, we go out here and make ourselves a fool. No, and only that also is a sifting process too. No, us preaching this word of Yahawah Shemel Shai on the highways and byways, man. No, that's a sifting process, man. Because only when people come up, they won't believe it. No, people when they first see us, they'll even say we're crazy dudes on the street, man. So that's why they just walk past. Some of them may laugh, joke, and talk shit. No, they'll do that. These niggas do that shit, man. No, they think we're wasting our time. We're just weirdos. That's what they think of us. When we are out here on the highways and byways, man. No, but only at the end of the day, and we're saying, well, Yahawah is saving souls through us. No, by having us be His mouthpiece, man. No, to bring in the elect, man. To gather, the elect of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. We're the Lord's mouthpiece, man. And as Scripture said, the Lord said in the book of John, chapter 10, verse 27, my sheep hear my voice, I know them, and they follow me. And that's we're the Lord's mouthpiece, man. The Lord spoke by His prophets, man, the servant prophets. That's Luke 1 and around 70. The Lord speaking by His servants and prophets, man. And because of that, the sheep are getting gathered, man. The Lord is speaking to His sheep. And they're getting pulled in, man. They're being pulled into the truth, man. Of Yahawah Shemel Shai, man. They're being pulled in. So hey, man, we got an important job, man. Through the spirit power Yahawah Shemel Shai, bringing back the elect, man. Gathering 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered abroad, man. We're doing to the spirit power Yahawah Shemel Shai. Let's get another one. In fact, let me reread William Solomon real quick. Then go back to the one I want. So William Solomon chapter 5. Chapter 5, verse 1 again. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such that have afflicted him and made no account of his labor. So right now we're standing in the face of Esau, man. Because Esau, they'll give a damn about us, man. And we're the bottom of the bottom, man. Literally, we're the bottom. They want to get rid of us, literally. They got these jakes who are trying to please Esau, trying to get into his system. They don't give a fuck about you, man. They don't give a fuck about you, man. All these you might care about is the money. Or A, the money, and B, control. In order to control the world, they need to get rid of you jakes, because they know who you are. They know that you're the Lord's chosen people, man. And if they get rid of you, then only they can get complete control. But will they do that? No. They can never do that. That's literally what the Lord said. That He's never going to get rid of His people, man. The star, He said that if the sun stopped rising and the moon stopped coming out, and the stars leave off in their place, then will he forsake his people. No, but you're not gonna do. Never gonna do. Esau wanted to try to do. He literally sent missiles to the moon. That's how crazy the nigga is. He sent missiles to the fucking moon. No, trying to blow up the moon. You know? But he ain't gonna work, man. No, all his little devices, ain't none of that shit gonna work, man. You know? And right now we're calling the nigga out. You know? We're calling this devil out, man. That's why he's advancing and accelerating his plan, man. Because he know that he has but a short time, man. This is Revelation 12:12, man. No? And the more Jacob wake up, the more his kingdom falls apart, man. No, because he sees and knows that when the elect wake up, the Lord YAHAWASHI got to come and redeem his people, man. And he wants to stop that at all costs, man. Now, that's why he got to come down and get you Jakes, man. That's why he want to go to Chicago and light you niggas up, man. No? In the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And that's talking about right now, man. Now we are waking up, man. And we're getting up to the truth, man. We're waking up to the wisdom knowledge understanding, man. Starting with Rabbi Abba Bivens. No, Rabbi Abba Bivens. You know? No? No? Because he's Elijah. No, if you don't know. No, Elijah in the reincarnation. No, but after him, or by him, the truth for 50 years, over 50 years straight, have been accelerating, man. Have been increasing, man. More and more. No, now we're global, man. Worldwide, man. No, all over America, man. You know? And we're such a threat. These Christians had to divert their attention to us. Now, they don't know the scripture. They don't know the breakdowns. They don't know anything like that. But now they're trying to come against us, trying to debunk us. Now, here they are. They don't even understand prophecy. Biblical prophecy. They say they read the Bible, but these dudes don't even know anything about Revelation. They can't break it down. You give them one chapter, a random chapter of Revelation, even Revelation 1. They can't break it down right. They don't know how to break it down. They can't understand it. They get confused. They get lost. They say, oh my God, a literal locusts? Oh my God. No. Oh my God, a literal blood. No, these dudes don't know anything about the scriptures, man. Literally, they don't. They don't. They don't. Ask fucking vocab Malone about fucking Revelation 16. What's that going into? He don't know. Ask one of these random ass Christians on the street what's Babylon the Great. No, according to biblical prophecy. No, ask them about that. No, go into their ass. You know? Because they don't know. They don't know. They don't know about Babylon the Great. They don't know about the beast with 7 heads and 10 horns. They can't identify who the 10 horns is or 7 heads. No, they don't know. Ask them about the lamb, and may say it's the Antichrist. So the common answer is it's the Antichrist. No, even though there are multiple Antichrists. According to 1 John, there's multiple Antichrists. There's not just one big Antichrist. Or they'll say same. Same works from the Most High. No? They don't know. They don't know. No? We know. They don't know. It's crazy, but it's true. It's true. It's true. Yeah? No? So, hey, man. Now, we have the truth, man. It's evident. To this day, it's evident. Now, so going back to Revelation 5, Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2, when they see it, they should be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed with the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for, man. So when they see the salvation of the elect, or what is the salvation of the elect? Us getting quite literally beamed up into a chariot, man. No? That's what it is. That's the salvation that we're looking for, man. Us quite literally being beamed up in a chariot, man. So-called UFO. No? That's what it is. No, a cloud. Or what scriptures call it a cloud. Because they don't know, they never called it a UFO. No, the term UFO was recent, man. They never used the term UFO. They said it was cloud, because that's the only thing that hovered in the sky. No? In the middle of the day. A cloud. So they call it a cloud, call it a chariot, a whirlwind. No? Because that's what they can relate to in their minds. No, a star. No, because that's what it looked like. It was bright as hell. It was moving fast. No, that's a chariot, man. So-called UFO. No, and that's biblical. You know, look at that. Revelation 11 again. Yeah. Revelation chapter 11, verse 12. You know? And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. So the elected nation Israel came beamed up. You know? And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. That's exactly what we just read. You know? So the elected nation Israel got get beamed up in a cloud, so-called UFO. You know? Delivered up. That's what it is. That's what it's talking about, man. You know? So his second entrance is described as a mountain, man. You know? A mountain in the fucking sky, man. You know, so hey, the elected nation of Israel is gonna get beamed up into a cloud, a so-called chariot. Well, it's not a so-called chariot. A chariot, a so-called UFO, get delivered up from their enemies, man. You know, because these heathen, and they gotta see it, man. They gotta see us getting delivered, getting beamed up. They'll get taken into a chariot, you know, and get taken out to destruction. Because destruction gotta destroy this place, man. Now that's what it means by salvation, man. Us being saved from danger. What's the danger? No, America being destroyed, man. No, that's the salvation that we're looking for, man. No, this is salvation that YAHAWASHI talking about, man. You know? So until then, until that point in time, we're not saved yet, man. No? Now nigga may say, oh, well, why did Paul say he was saved? No? Well, for two reasons. A, because only he got the knowledge of salvation, man. But we got the grace of YAHAWASHI. So in a sense, we were saved. No, quote unquote. We were saved. No, because we got the truth of YAHAWASHI. We were saved from the demons of the world. No? That we're allowed to get into a new man, change our bodies, no, or change our minds, to a new body. No, in a spiritual sense, man. No, we were reborn, so in a sense, we're saved from the old man. No, we're saved from the demons of this world. No, that's one reason why he said he was saved. Another reason why is our sake of hope. Because usually sometimes we say when we get up to a chariot, or when we get to the kingdom, or when we get a crown, we don't know whether or not we're going to get a crown or not. We're saying it out of a sense of hope. No? Now that's what we're saying, man. Out of hope. So when we say when we get our crown, when we get to a chair, we're saying out of a sense of hope. No, because we hope so. And so we're so we're so confident in that hope. No, we're saying that hey, when we get our crown, when we get that chariot, when we get the kingdom, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. Don't think of that nature, man. We say out of a sense of hope. That's why Paul said he was saved. Now that's why I said those who are saved. Out of a sense of hope. And also because of the sense they're got the truth with the wisdom knowledge understanding. But the ultimate salvation, one day YAHAWASHI talked about, where he said he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And when he comes back with those chariots, man, let's get that. The book of Matthew chapter 24. Verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven, with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from the one end of heaven to the other. And right now we're trying to make a calling and election sure, it says in 2 Peter 1:10. So we're trying to be saved. This is the salvation that YAHAWASHI was talking about, man. This is the salvation that we're looking for, man. When we get quite literally taken up to the clouds of heaven, man. Beamed up, man. That's what we're looking for, man. Like, that's what we're looking for, man. That's the salvation that Apostle Paul is talking about, man. That's the salvation that we're talking about, man. That's what we're going to be taking up, man. Lord will not say, man. Look at a couple of scriptures on that real quick. The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 17. No? Start verse 60. Start verse 50. For this we say unto you by the word of Yahawah, that we which are alive remain until the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For Yahawah himself, for the Lord himself, YAHAWASHI, shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahawah, and the dead in the Mashiach shall rise first. Then shall we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. So shall we ever be with the Lord. Now, so that's talking about us being up in the clouds, man. And as you read, it's talking about after the tribulation. So not to be some period, well, not gonna be some, the Christian tried to say that, it's talking about 7 years of tribulation, and the people are gonna get beaten up before the tribulation. No, after the tribulation, then the elect are gonna get beamed up, man. No, then the elect are gonna get delivered, no, and the chariot, so-called UFO, man. No, and the Lord at the same time got to bring the destruction, man. The scripture talking about Isaiah 66, the Lord come with the fury and the fire, the flames of smoke. No, Isaiah, yeah. No. And come to destroy this place, man. They'll destroy Babylon the Great when the Lord comes in, man. They'll take down this devil, man. They'll take down the power structure, man. No, take down Babylon the Great. No. The kingdoms that rule this world. Take their crowns, their thrones. No. No, so take down the land of Israel too. Now there's Ezekiel 38. The Lord burn that land up, man. The Lord sending nukes over there, man. And that's what the Lord got to do. Because that place over there in the Middle East, Israel is allied to Babylon the Great, man. So they got to be taken down too. No? See, when you get into these prophecies, man, you got to relate to current day. Because these prophecies still have not been fulfilled, man. There's still prophecies on the table, man. Now, they need to be done, man. You know? So, if these prophecies still need to be done, you got to know about it, man. You got to interpret it. You got to go into it, man. No? You got to go into it, man. Because only if you don't know, there's got to be the punishment got to be on you, man. Because you should know. You know? Again, another one real quick. But salvation. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15. And start verse... I gotta get my gloves. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, start verse 51. Well, start verse 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahawah, neither do corruption inherit incorruption. Behold, I shew you a mystery, we shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible. We shall be changed, man. Now, so we are quite literally going to be changed, man. No? When we get beamed up into a cloud, into a chariot, so-called UFO, our body quite literally going to be changed, man. No? Metamorphosized. No? Into what? No, glorified body, man. No? And twinkling of the eye, so it could be instant, man. No? Quite literally instant, man. And you gotta be fast too, man. But when those missiles come down, no, we gotta be saved, man. No, so in that hour span of time, the Lord got pop in, deliver up his elect, pop out, and light this place up, man. And what a sight is that, man? What a sight is that, man? No? Now, for the Lord to deliver his elect in an instant, man. You know? For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality. So we gotta be immortal. Hey, we gotta be immortal, man. We gotta be fucking, X-Men, superheroes, man. No? And glorified body, which is not gonna age. We're not gonna get old. No, yes, no, we gotta have children, and the children gotta get old to a point. No, but we gotta be looking young forever. We gotta be looking like we're in our 30s and 20s forever, man. We ain't gonna be looking old and fucking wrinkles over our bodies and gray hairs and shit. No, 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 no. No? Hey, we get our glorified body, man. We gotta be, we gotta be glorious, man. No? So that's the salvation that we're looking for, man. No? It's like the hands are cold. Hands cold. Hands cold. So Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 3. And they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we have sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. Because only, they're talking shit, they're mocking, they're scoffing, they're lying. And now, when when the elect get beamed up, hey, the only thing they gotta have is reproach, man. The only thing they gotta have is shame. 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 Why they gotta have shame? Because only they could have got the truth where they had the chance, but they rejected it. Now they rejected the truth. They rejected the wisdom, not understanding, man. They rejected it, man. So what gotta happen to them? They gotta die. They gotta get blown up. They gotta get exterminated on this side, man. The Lord gotta take their ass out. No, straight up. The Lord gotta take their ass out, man. No? So hey, they gotta be growing, they gotta be repentant, man. They gotta be they gotta try to seek the Lord. But let me get that. And this is why we had to fear YAHAWASHI, man. No, because only that could be us. That could be you, that could be me. Lord forbid, but hey, we don't know. That's why we had to make a calling and election sure. No? This book of Matthew chapter 7. Matthew 7 verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. No? So those who do the will of the YAHAWASHI in heaven, will be redeemed, man. No? Just because you know the name of YAHAWASHI doesn't mean you're going to get saved, man. Hey, you got to be doing the will of YAHAWASHI. What is the will of the Lord? No? Doing the law. No, doing the law. Keep the commandments of YAHAWASHI. Now that's the will of YAHAWASHI as well. No? Because these Christians try to take away from the Lord, man. Hey, the Lord don't change. No, if he said commandment back then, he keep it now, man. Lord don't change, man. Now they may say, oh, what about the law of divorcement? That would have changed, right? But really, it went back to how it really was. No, because the Lord said that because niggas were fucking wicked. No, but really, he went back to how it originally was. The same thing with the priesthood. Now, we're priests right now, too. No, we're priests. Just like how Jacob, and Abraham, and Isaac, they're priests, but they weren't Levites. No, they were all priests, but they weren't Levites. But hey, we're going back to how things originally were. And we're going back to how things really were in the kingdom, man. No, how Adam used to rule. We're going back to how things originally were, man. No, this time we know both good and evil, man. No, we're reading on. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? In thy name have cast out devils? In thy name done many wonderful works? So you got to know the name of the Lord. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Now, so the Lord got to cast them away. The Lord got to destroy them, man. Because only they work sincere, man. And only they're doing iniquity. What is iniquity? Sin upon sin. That's what iniquity is. Sin upon sin. No? Now, and just to address the point real quick, because these Christians like to say, oh, the Lord fulfilled the law. They don't even know that there's laws, and Psalms are included in the law too. No, they don't know. But there's Psalms and prophecies about YAHAWASHI, that were before ordained, that he came to fulfill those. No, he's not talking about the whole law. The 613 commandments, he's not talking about that. He's talking about the laws and prophecies about him. Obviously. Now, he's not talking about the whole law, man. If that was the case, why did it say in Romans that we established the law? You know? Why was Paul saying that he breaks the law? Why did Paul even talk about it? He was telling you how much I fulfill the law. That shit don't matter anymore. No. He was playing about the law. No, he playing that he breaks the law because only we're in corrupt flesh, man. And also with the apostles, in Acts 15, they told the church, to not eat, to not commit fornication, not eat food strangled into idol, or not eat food sacrificed to idols, and not eat food strangled of itself, man. Or food with blood in it, man. And not eat those things. Why? Because that's part of the law. No, not just the 10 commandments or 13 commandments, whatever. It's all the commandments, man. No, it's all the commandments, man. If you have to keep, man, these last days, man. Because we establish the law. We push the law. No? Now we tell you to keep the law. No? Now we know we have grace because we can't keep the law perfectly. No, we're not saying to keep the law perfectly because we can't do it. But we're telling you that still you have to keep the law because the law is holy. The law is good. No, the law is holy. The law is good. We're not telling you to do what's bad for you. We're telling you to do what's good for you, man, which is the law. This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. Seek not that come to destroy the law. What is destroying the law? Taking away the law. Destroying the law. Removing the law. Getting rid of the law. That is destroying the law. Deleting the law. Writing it off. That's destroying the law. Or the prophets. I came not to destroy, but to fulfill. Fulfill what? The things written about him in the law and in the prophets. It didn't come, because that's the same thing. Now, ask these Christians, what is destroying the law? What is destroying the law? No? They'll say, well, I don't even know what the hell they'll say. They'll probably say, oh, destroying the law, getting rid of the law. And I said, what's fulfilling the law? They'll say, oh, how should I fulfill the law? So we don't have to keep the law anymore. That's the same thing. No? No? That's literally the same thing. No? No? Whosoever, reading on, verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law to all be fulfilled. So the law not being done away with ever. No, to heaven and earth pass, right? And the law not being done away with. Not being scratched, not even the smallest commandment being scratched away from the law. No? No, because only at the end of the day, the law is permanent, man. The law is permanent. No? Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments, so you break one of the smallest commandments, so and shall teach men so. So you teach men to, you can break the law. Oh, you can be a hoe. You could be an adulterer. You could be a whoremonger. You could be, unclean. No, you eat unclean foods. No, because it's pleasing to the flesh. No, you do these things. No? He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. No, so you're going to be the smallest amount in the kingdom, man. And you're going to be the bottom of the barrel. You're going to be the lowest Jake in the world, man. No? Well, still, you got to have mansions and shit like that, but you're still going to be low. No, comparison to the elect, you got to have planets and rule galaxies. And you guys can be low, man. You just got to have a house, a mansion, a couple wives, and a couple servants, a little land. That's about it. No, because you rejected the word of Yahawah, but you had the chance, man. No? Because you want to please the flesh. You want to be, you want to, love yourself, man. No, you want to you want to do your own thing, man. You don't want to wear your Yahawah, man. No, you don't want to please the flesh. No, because it's about you. No, you're a carnal-ass nigga, man. No, that's why. No, fuck you, Jake, man. Fuck you Christians, too. Because you're the one pushing that shit, man. No, that wicked-ass shit, man. No? Therefore I say unto you that except your righteousness should exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, ye shall no case into the kingdom of heaven. And what did the scribes and Pharisees do? No, they kept the law. Some of it, anyway. No, some of it they kept. No. They at least had fringes. At least knew about, can't eat unclean foods. They at least knew about that and didn't do it. No. And some things in the law that they had to keep, and some ordinances they had to keep, they knew. You know? They're all about that stuff. That's why Yahawashi said in Matthew 23, do as they say, but not as they do. What does that mean? Do as they say, because they told you to do what? The law. They told you to keep the law. No? The Lord said, do as they say, but don't do as they don't. Don't follow what they're doing, because they're hypocrites. No? They don't keep the law perfect. No, they'll have no mercy, have no faith. No? Have no righteous judgment. No? All they care about is fucking money. You know? Oh, them niggas, man. No? The Lord told you, to do as they say, but not as they do. That's another one, Matthew 23. Now bring it out to their ass. They don't know. No, these Christians, they don't know. Now they'll go, what? No, what? No, because on the end of the day, they wicked as hell, man. They is wicked, man. No, so you have to keep the law, man, okay? No, you have to keep the law, statutes, commandments. You have to get into it, man. As our forefathers did. The Lord don't change. Let's get that, man. They keep saying the Lord don't change. Let's break it out. Malachi chapter 3, verse 6. For I am Yahawah, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. No? The Lord don't change in any regard. Man, that really seals the deal right there. That's the answer to most questions right there. The Lord don't change. The Lord's people is the nation of Israel. The Lord don't change. No? The Lord established the law, established commandments. The Lord not going to change that. No? The Lord's above the Lord's Yahawah is above YAHAWASHI, man. The Lord Lord not going to change that either. The Lord not become a man either. The Lord's the Most High. He's never going to become a man, man. No? He's the Most High. Why would he become a man and humble himself? He don't do humble. He's the Most High. Yahawah do not humble himself. No, he's the Most High. Why would he humble? Who got to humble to? You? No, man. You know? The Lord don't do humble. You know? You do humble. Because you're a servant, man. No, you a fucking clay and ashes, man. Water and ashes. You deserve to be humble, man. Yeah? Well, let's keep going on with this. Probably go to verse 5. When Psalm 5 and 4, we are accounted for fools. We fools account his life madness, his end to be without honor. How is he numbered among the children of Yahawah? His lot among the saints. So they're like, God damn. Now how is he among the saints? Now how is he a prophet? Now how is he chosen? But we not chosen. Now how is that? Because on that day, the Lord chose his prophets. The Lord chose his men. You know? And we look like fools. We look like, hey, because we don't have a PhD. We don't have a scholarship. No, we're not highly regarded by this world. We just some regular niggas on the street corner. Just talking loud on the side of the street, man. No? Like, nigga, what? No, that's how people look at us, man. They're like some regular Joes. But hey, the regular Joe gotta get a high position. No? Higher than the fucking leaders of this world, man. Higher than the elites. No? Therefore, we have erred from the way of the truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose now upon us, man. Because only they don't got the truth unto them, man. No? Only the elected nation Israel got truth, man. Now, everyone else, they don't got it, man. No? We wearied ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of Yahawah, we have not known it. So they don't know the truth. But that's basically the main point of this lesson. Lord, when you're edified, go get praise on glorification to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, QADASH, and Shalom.